So I had this idea to do a quick video. When I was at my ex-workplace and this guy verbally abused me and I reacted the way I reacted. And obviously the best thing to do in that scenario looking back was probably to take stock, not react in the moment, maybe take a few moments and then respond. Maybe, ask him to clarify what he had said, or go up to him, quietly and ask him to repeat what he said. But I reacted, and, when I'm looking back and I'm just looking, if I was watching a movie and I'm looking at two people having a disagreement, obviously the person that's the louder person looks, the one that's unstable, crazy. But then you just look at the people having the disagreement. You have one guy, me, who's well turned out, tall, uniform is all clean, PPE, everything's in order, works out, well groomed, good hair, skin, nails, teeth. And you have this other guy who's really short. His eyes are like sunken, like they're all yellow. He wears a cap, holding down this like balding hair, lack of hair, patchy skin, hair on his face, lots of wrinkles. Even though we're the same age, this guy looks about 20 years older than me. Yellow eyes, bad nails, everything. And I think to myself, these people, they're not really matched. They're not really even, on a similar level. So you have one guy who, he looks like he's weathered. Even though we both work on the street, we both work outside, you have one guy who, works out, goes gym, takes supplements, eats clean, has a good, more or less lifestyle. You have another guy who lives for the weekend, lots of drinking, etc. Abuse in other avenues. And obviously we tend to look younger, chosen being anointed people who carry light, because we tend not to have any bad intentions. We've got pure hearts. We're not like trying to go out to extract from people. We're not, most of the time anyway, we're not trying to hold grudges. We do get upset, we do get angry, we do have feelings about things that happen because we're human. But we tend to have a very good bounce back capability. So something goes wrong, then we let it go, we forgive from afar, and we go about our life just as we were on the path that we were on, and just forget about these people, right? Now, they say don't judge a book by its cover, and that's quite accurate, because you get people who, or skinwalkers, should I say, who on the outside they look, they're well put together, they're clean, they look very decent, yet they are a black hole. They don't have any soul. They don't have the capability to create their own energy. They have to take from other people, energy vampire, etc., etc. Now, when I was in a gym a week ago, there was a lady in the gym, and she was, not a very attractive lady. She looked, again, around my age, but she looked a lot older than me. She had this like hair that was colored blue, I think it was, but it was like the coloring was like fading, so there was lots of gray. It was like blue with lots of gray and coming through. She was out of shape. She had this makeup on, very like loud blues and white, and it was all cracked, and it was just like not very nice. Her eyes were sunken, again, not very bright. And there was a lady next to her, and the lady next to her was a younger lady. She looked very fit. She looked clean. Her outfit for the gym, her trainers, her, everything, her fit, they say. And she was just working out. And I'm pretty sure I saw the lady with the blue hair look at her and kind of, when I came, she pulled her face like, oh, whatever, that sort of thing. And I was just thinking, this is kind of the same scenario as me and the guy that I was having a disagreement with. I should have laughed it off. I should have ignored him, but it was a build up of things. But in general, we're not level pegging. And this woman that was giving this other woman this face, they were not level pegging. So in that scenario, when someone looks drained, they look, decrepit or really old or worn out, it's usually because they harbor bad energy, they harbor bad vibe, bad feelings, bad intentions. They carry a lot of stress because they're always trying to take things from people. They're always looking for supply. They're always trying to abuse people, manipulate. They suffer from the dark triad. All of this stuff that's going on, and it shows in their outer appearance a lot of the time. So yes, you do get people who look well turned out that can also be energy vampires, narcissistic, skin walkers, destiny swappers, energy vampires, enablers, fly monkeys. But a lot of the time you do find that these characters, after a while, it starts to show on their outer appearance. So even though they may try to go gym or they try to look good, they try to look after themselves in terms of keeping healthy, eating clean, they tend to look very old. So it wouldn't be bad to say sometimes you have to judge a book by its cover. You have to look at someone and say, okay, this person looks like they spend most of their evenings in the pub drinking, smoking. They've aged very badly. They've got bad vibe, bad feelings. They're not positive. They hold grudges. They abuse people. They carry out manipulation on people. They gossip about people. They spread rumors. They take part in a lot of demonic warfare, spiritual warfare, a lot of demonic activities. And it really does show. So you have this woman pulling this face for no apparent reason. Well, there is a reason, because she could feel the presence of the light. And she was doing it to someone who I think in her mind, she was trying to protect that person from maybe having a positive feeling towards me or something. You know how these people think? They think in a very black and white, very weird way. But I wasn't looking at that girl. That girl didn't even look at me. It was literally nothing there at all. They just need validation. So straight away, they just jump in. I had that when I went to that Halloween party as well. And there was a time I was talking to someone. I didn't drink anything. I was just there having a nice time. And this guy came over and he put his hand around the person I was talking to save them or something. And it was like, everyone's safe. Nobody's, going away or putting anyone under danger. There is no need to be this social justice warrior, which these people try to protect people from you, even though it's actually absurd energetically if you think about it. A low vibrational person trying to warn someone they think is value because they think you're the low value one. Make it make sense. But this is what happens all the time. And yeah, it's just interesting just to talk about that. Like, you have even the supervisor who suffered from dwarfism. He's someone who's not very well turned out. He doesn't look after himself. He looks like a lot older than he is. He's short. The other guy is also short. They're always, they don't look like they look after themselves in terms of their skin, hair, nails, teeth, eyes. Everything is just like really, really like horrible. And then you have empathic people who are like happy-go-lucky, not holding no bad vibes, turn up to work clean and everything. And you have these other like cretins who are just the complete opposite. So you could say in that situation, you should judge a book by its cover and try to deal with people who look healthy. Try to deal with people that are on the same level as you, whether it may be the same, like similar height as you, similar attractiveness as you, a similar hygiene level as you, you know, clean clothes, clean skin, clean hair, nails, makeup, whatever. Just they just appear well put together. It's not a foolproof thing, but it's something to always be, you know, to always like think to yourself, because it feels bad, because when you have an argument with them or you react to them and you look back and you think, why did I react to someone like that? Like, what? I don't have any business being in a situation with them or being friends with them or reacting to them, because it's just laughable, because we're not on the same level, if that makes sense. Even in terms of like, you know, like money, status, sometimes you're someone that is not doing as well as you, who is trying to get you to get angry when you're the one who has the status, because people look at your work and they're like, okay, you're very good at your job, you're very highly skilled, and people can trust you when they know that he's someone that's not respected by other your colleagues. So obviously when someone that's not respected is trying to get a rise out of you, trying to abuse you, you should just laugh, because they're not, nobody listens to them anyway. You have the status, people know you for having good work, you get things commissioned all the time, you know, your work always, all your equipment always works, no one's, you know, repairing stuff, you don't make mistakes at work, this sort of thing. So just bear that in mind when someone below you, someone who's got less value. I know we've got perceived value and actual value. It's usually, I'm talking about actual value, where someone has got less value than you, they're projecting onto you. They're triangulating people to gang up on you because they know they don't actually have the power to go against you by themselves. Take a moment or two to not react, but to just be curious in that moment of, what else could this mean? What is this situation telling me? What can I learn about this? Maybe I need to not put myself in a scenario where I'm around people that are less than me, because then they end up just like trying to bring me down, trying to sabotage you. They try to gang up against you, triangulate with people against you, because they know that's the only way they can try to get you to respond, to give them energy. Because by sort of lowering your frequency, by bringing you down to their level, they get happy, and that's how they can steal supply. That's how they can steal energy from you. They can pierce your aura. Your aura shrinks, and you start doubting yourself. You start actually being what they say that you are, when actually you're complete opposite. So stay up there. Stay, you know, stay in the word. Stay in the word. That helps if you're sort of reading your Bible, reading your spiritual text. But stay in that kind of spirit of like calm, spirit of like most high, spirit of righteousness. You know, like don't come down to their level.